Hello and welcome to the Brickfreaks. Today we're really a frank and a good mood. Yes, and the reason here stands in front of me. That's Mould 18038. 18038. Yes. The Buggy off-road racing car. Or the Bigfoot climbing truck or something like that. Okay. Back of instructions. Let's go through. First, technical information. 1016 pieces. We have 38 centimeter in length here, the car itself. With the overstanding wheels, we have 42 centimeters. 21 in height. Yeah, it depends. And 24 in width. I don't know exactly here the distance to the ground. I would say at least 5 centimeters. So this is really an off-road car, believe me, really off-road car. We have two buggy motors directly connected to the wheels. The gear ratio is downgraded for climbing. So I don't know how much, 1 to 4, 1 to 5, I don't know. It's the smallest dark bluish gray gear, the smallest one. And not the biggest, but the second biggest dark bluish one, gray. So the gear ratio must be, I hope I can zoom in when I cut the video. So at least 1 to 4 or 1 by 5, I don't know. Okay, then we have a servo here. The servo has a relatively long way to the front axle for steering, and I love this car. But how they realized the steering is that's the weakness, that's the kryptonite of the set. Okay, but I come to this later. We have no functions. We have no doors. We have suspension. We have no integrated goes with the steering. Nothing. Really nothing. No differential. That's a pure fun racer, nearly reduced to the limit. We can reduce it still more a little bit. I believe, that's my dog. We can get rid of 200 or 300 more pieces to reduce the weight and the fifth tire. But I would say so, it's okay. This thing has enough power to the buggy motors. Oh man, okay. Instruction. At the end of the video, I will show you driving scenes, at least 2, perhaps 3. One, how it climbs, 30, 35 and 40 degree. On this surface here, and no problem. And I tried 47 with my daughter, but it was filmed on iPhone, and I don't know if I can get it into my program. And 47 it did with a little bit of not sounding too good, but he climbed 47 degrees. So that's really a climber. It's really a climber, an off-road car. But when you change the gear ratio to 1 by 1, then it's an absolutely racing beast. Okay, instructions, typical Mould instructions. No problem, at least. I show you pictures. No mistakes, that's nice. That's not always the case with Mould in the last couple of months. We have the typical red outlines and red arrows that mostly Mould uses. So the orientation is absolutely okay. No problem, no mistakes. A little bit small, the form factor, but it's okay. We have a small sheet of stickers. We have another sheet of paper that shows you the Akku box and the RC. We have the typical Mould King RC, and we have the typical Mould King battery box underneath here in the trunk. Okay. Assembly, 4.5 to 5 hours, something like that. 3 building steps, no really issues. It's not the absolute easiest for small children or something like that, yeah? But it's no big deal. If you have assembled at least 3 or 5 Technic sets, you will have no problem with this here. Okay. The back is connected here through this joint, the ball joint, the big ball joint, then these 2 pieces on both sides, and 2 suspension. So, and front we have, you see the suspension in this way. So that's really, you see this is really well made. We have enough way to travel here for our suspension. The only thing is really the sloppy steering. Okay, now, before you see the videos of the driving at the end, I will show you one thing. So, okay. If you haven't bought a Mould King Technic set and don't know this, the 2 buggy motors are connected to A and B, and it's a little bit odd to press A and B at the same time. So you see, when I press A or when I press B. So, and I don't want to do it this way. With Mould King, just press the shoulder button here once, and when I now press A, both go. So, if you knew. Second thing is, if one of the motors is going the wrong direction, A or B, just push both buttons. I will show you. So now B is going this way to me. Now we change it. Now it's turning to your side. So change it again. So, okay, that's B is still wrong. Yes. Yeah, that's the steering here. Why? Why is he always going at the moment in one direction here? I showed it, and then after this connection I forgot to push the shoulder button. Yeah, now. You see, this here, it needs a little bit to get traction, and then bash! It's really fast, makes a lot of fun. And you see this here can really get some damage, and you can really have some fun with this, especially children or old children like me. I had a lot of fun yesterday with this set, really, absolutely, with climbing, with racing. And when I have time in the next week or something, I will try to change the gear ratio and make this a racer. And if it's really cool, I will make another short or something like that to show you how this is with a gear ratio of 1:1 or 5:1. Then if you go up, perhaps, I don't know if it's, it must be still driving, because we are losing a lot of torque. Now we have torque. You can go 1:1, then you have torque and speed, or we can go, that's 1:5, 1:1, 5:1, and if you go from a big gear into a small, we're getting speed like hell, but no torque. So I will look, if I have time, to do this in another video and to make a short for you or something like that. But if you're just interested, you've seen this here, how it really got over my hand. And you're just interesting in, I don't know if I should buy this. Is this good here? Has this power? Is this fun? Or is this just another car that's too slow to have fun with? No, this is a pure racer. The only thing is really, you see this here, it stucks often. It's not really cool to steer. It stucks here. The servo is going back, but I can show to you. When I hold the axle behind this here, still, the axle doesn't move and I can still steer. So that's the reason why steering is here like a 4-year-old behind a Ferrari or something like that. But the power, unimaginable, really. So great, makes a lot of fun. For me, a great set. Sorry, I'm a big child. I'm a big child. Okay. I have a channel for toys, so okay. Next here on the channel is, I don't know exactly, perhaps a train mock from Lei-er or a V8 in chrome, a Technic built V8 with pistons and everything in chrome with 3000 pieces and a real motor to get the pistons up and down or something like that. That is looking amazing. One of these sets. I don't know in which mood I'm tomorrow when I build further. We will see. Okay, thank you for watching. Write me in the comments, what do you think about this? For me, I believe this has potential to go into the best 5 sets of the year. I know, it's February, but I had more fun with this than with the most power function cars in the last months. So this is, the Greyhound Buggy was my favorite. It has 4 motors directly connected to each wheel, so a lot of power, but double the pieces. So it's really heavier and not so agile and speedy like this here. It has the better suspension, it's looking cooler, but this here's the better toy. And the Buggy is the better building experience and overall, but this here, great for children. Have a good time, have a nice weekend. Thank you for watching, bye bye. So, der erste Test. Exakt 30 Grad. Dann schauen wir mal. Ja, juckelt ein bisschen, aber er schafft's. So, zweiter Test. Wir haben ein bisschen Grip-Probleme. Er hoppelt ein bisschen. Wir sind bei 35 Grad exakt. Und souverän. So, und der dritte Test. Exakt 40 Grad. Ich denke, das ist jetzt schon ganz schön heftig. Da würden wahrscheinlich die meisten normalen Autos schon Probleme bekommen. Wir schauen mal. Ja, die Kraft hat er eigentlich. Ne? Ich denke, das ist einfach wirklich der Grip auf der... Ja, komm! Ah, geil. So, und jetzt noch ein paar Fahrszenen aus der Küche. Leider geht es draußen nicht. Es ist echt bescheidenes Wetter. Ja, legen wir mal los. Ihr seht,